Well, Golic, D-Day has arrived. Now, as I said over social media, I wasn't gonna try to kill you. You won't require medical attention, but you will require a toilet. So Mike and I, a little while ago, we did the Ghost Pepper Challenge, where they put this incredibly hot ghost pepper stuff on these burgers. It was so hot they actually had to use gloves. And so that is what I am bequeathing to you. That is you owning up to your part of this bet. For future purposes, whenever I jump in on a bet, I'm really confident about winning it.
The great Magic Johnson to throw down a wager with Golic on Notre Dame, Michigan State. Jemele Hill then jumped in. She wants part of the bet too. But in the event that they win, she said Golic has to eat the hot sauce of my choosing.
Of her choosing. I didn't think I'd lose. I have a feeling she has some really wicked hot sauce, and I have a feeling she's going to use a lot of it.
Well, Golic, stock up on some wipes, because you're about to develop a close relationship with your toilet.
Yeah.
Hashtag spicy.
Now, here's what I can tell you about this ghost pepper. I ate more burgers than Mike, but I lost because what happened in my bathroom later is something I don't want to discuss in front of all these fine people who may be watching. But here's a tip for you. The first couple bites, you're gonna think, this is not that big of a deal. This is okay. Give it about 20 seconds, and then you're gonna feel like a blowtorch has been lit up under your ass. That's just the way that it works. I don't know what to tell you other than I hope Mrs. Golic has a bunch of wipes, cottonelle preferably, waiting for you after all this is over.
There's blue gloves.
All right, we are Mike and Mike, and the moment has arrived. I'm welcoming everyone into our studio, and for those of you who are listening with us on ESPN Radio, I will do my best to describe in intricate detail everything that happens here, but my significant advice to you is to try and get in front of a TV, and we will certainly be getting everything up on social shortly. From left to right, we have Jemele Hill, we have Golic, we have me, we have Mike Golic Jr., whose birthday it is, by the way. And he's here.
It's the gift that keeps on giving right here.
Perhaps
man,
to say goodbye to his father. Michael Smith is here, and that's Nancy Mello, Nurse Mello. She's ESPN the nurse. So we have these burgers in front of us. Jemele, explain what exactly it is Golic's going to be eating.
Okay, so this is a variation of the Ghost Pepper Challenge that Mike and I did when we did the national championship in Dallas a couple years ago. We went to a place called Rooster's Roadhouse, and I think somebody said the record was 6. All right, so Mike and I did a challenge. I ate 3 of these, Mike ate 1, and
half.
1.5, sorry. 1.5, okay?
You the man. Keep talking.
So they put this stuff called hell sauce on the burger. And so, yeah, instead of just having him eat straight hot sauce, I thought, let's make it interesting. Let's have him eat it in burger form. The burgers are actually good, but let me warn you, my friend, 15 seconds, 20 tops. Your face is gonna be on fire.
So this hell sauce is cooked into the burgers.
And on the burger. And there's jalapenos on the burger. I
Correct.
believe.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
okay.
All right.
So, woo, bottoms up.
Just pie a man in the face. I mean, what have we come to? All right, Golic
real,
has
dog.
got, so he's eaten the white rice this morning. He's eaten the bananas. He is right now coating the stomach with the Pepto-Bismol.
And we didn't do all this, Greenie. Okay, we just went straight in.
Yeah.
All right.
Like a couple of G's.
So he's got the advantage. He also, for the record, had 4 cups of coffee and a bag of cheese doodles.
Oh, God.
All right, here we go. He is now going to eat the burger. I will do my best to describe it.
You do, don't touch your
Golic,
face.
there's the first bite. He's got the bite. He's eating the bite. He's
Okay.
chewing.
All right, so
How's it
far.
taste, big fella? How's the
Tasty, right?
taste?
Well, that's a good burger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
the
burger.
burger is actually good.
It's
likes
a
the
tasty
burger.
It is a very tasty burger.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, starting to hit a little bit.
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Just
No,
wait
you'll
on
know.
Wait
You'll
for
know.
it. You'll know the moment that it does.
I feel like it's
He's all right.
Golic is chewing.
That was me, man.
Yeah, and
Confident.
we saw one of the employees at Roosters. They did a shot of it.
Yeah.
Right, and then he vomited.
Yep.
So not like right away, but he said a few words.
That was me. So you start to get
Okay, so he's
real
finished.
fancy with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got
We
one down.
burger in. So let's just pause a moment here and assess how we're doing. Golic, you've eaten 1 burger. How does it feel?
The inside of my mouth is tingling.
A little tingling.
Okay, a little tingling. All right, not bad.
The base of my throat feels like a spark is hitting kindling at this point.
Do you want to have some milk or something? We have milk here.
No, milk is for babies.
Snapchat this.
Oh, shut up.
Milk is for babies.
When you grow up, you drink
The
milk.
gauntlet.
You about
Does he
to
have
go
to eat
in,
another one? He's taking a second one to eat.
That's the mistake.
Michael ate 1.5. I got to be that.
I ate 3.
all right.
Just throwing it out there.
The record's 6, right?
I think the record is 6.
But see how you went in like real confident?
Yeah.
Midway
See,
through this burger.
You're not really trying to chew these, but that's okay.
His eyes are watering.
They are.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh,
I
Golic.
can't even watch this.
I can smell. Can you guys smell this?
Mikey, hold me.
I don't
Stings
mean
the nostrils.
it does. It's pungent. Woo! He's
Mrs.
jumping
at
up and
home
down.
tonight because she might want to.
How we doing, big fella? How we
look at
doing?
Let me tell you what.
No.
It's real.
Oh my goodness.
It's real.
This is real.
From going back to filming The Anchorman and Champ, this is a whammy.
Golic he's eating it.
He's got a milkshake right here. All right.
He's got a milkshake over here. No milk.
Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face.
Not touch
Okay.
your
Napkin.
eyes.
Here's a napkin. Here's a
Somebody
napkin.
tell me to touch my face. You know, somebody emailed in to don't touch my tallywhacker. I mean, seriously, people?
He pulled
Okay.
down.
He's finished 2 burgers.
Okay.
Do you want to wear the gloves? We have gloves.
No.
No gloves.
I just breathed in.
Yeah.
It was like breathing in hellfire.
Sparks
so
everywhere.
Golic is at
Sing the fight song wherever you are.
This is your moment.
This is your
Love your
moment.
2
food, man.
burgers.
Wait,
no,
what are you doing?
Oh, my God.
He's opening the hell sauce.
Golic,
He's a monster.
Don't do this. Oh, no, he's dipping it in the sauce.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No.
Oh my
He
God.
just increased it himself. He dipped it in the sauce.
Trying to down.
Oh, the humanity.
Why you trying to get your dye on, man? Like, oh, man.
I don't know if I'm proud or scared.
How do you feel?
That wasn't smart.
No?
I immediately regret this decision.
Okay. He's going back
don't have
now.
to-
What are you doing?
He's going to finish a 3rd burger, I think.
Ring.
Jamel ate 3.
Yeah?
And
Fair
so,
point.
Mike Golic Jr., as a Golic, I mean, I know you guys take a lot of pride in these food challenges.
Proud of you, man.
What are your feelings right now?
Oh, listen, I'm glad to see him attack the 3rd burger. I'm just worried. I worry more about the aftermath. I figured he was going to tough through this part. I'm seeing a decided lack of wet wipes out here.
I actually brought him some. I left him in the makeup room.
Yeah, see, that's going to be the key here.
Mike?
My throat is completely numb.
Can you feel your face?
I mean,
See, there are things coming out of his mouth now. Have a
But wait,
napkin.
He's still going in, though.
All right, so he's 3
Look at it
burgers
like
in.
you don't even know.
you had 3, right?
I'm proud of you.
Oh, no, you know what he's
Ringo's
doing?
proud of you.
He can't let you win this.
He's going to the 4th burger. He's going to the 4th burger.
Notice he's not getting froggy and dipping it again, though. He learned his lesson on
Yeah,
that
don't
one.
do that.
That wasn't a challenge. That wasn't an invite.
He is, for those on the radio, he just dipped the burger into the separate jar of the hell sauce to increase the spiciness of this, which can only be described as insanity. You're insane.
I'm going to throw up today.
His eyes are watering.
Oh,
Okay.
here comes the milk.
We have a large container.
Oh, see, I feel like this is where it goes south right here.
You're like a volcano right now.
He's drinking it from the carton.
Oh my God.
Want some?
No, I'm fine. Thank
we're
you.
good.
How do you feel, Mike? How do you feel?
At least it's not almond milk.
Okay, I'm starting to hurt right now.
It's only, and here's the thing, Mike. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
That's the
It
best
doesn't
part.
get better.
It only gets worse from here.
The milk didn't really help.
Drink the milkshake.
got a milkshake.
Yeah, milkshake's better. There's sugar in it, and that helps
Nurse
too.
Mello, your reaction
If
to what we're
there's
seeing
sugar
here.
I need,
Yeah.
give me a donut.
Yeah.
Can we get Golic a
The
donut?
donut. Donut's
we
good
do
too.
have
Give me a
Yeah.
donut.
Sugar.
Yeah, bring it out. We have
Actually, hard
donuts.
liquor's very good, but I don't know if you have any
Liquor?
It's
scotch
not going to help, man.
Liquor?
Honestly.
Mike,
Yeah.
you just saw that on the desk. I had that scotch. Go get it.
I was like, yeah, I
Break
have
out the
liquor in my
scotch.
desk.
Scotch.
If we're being real here, like.
Holy
Michael
smoke.
Smith, you've done this challenge. What does he have to look forward to over, say, the next half hour?
You got anything you want to read? You got any text you want to send? You know, you just want a long time to contemplate because you're going to be in the bathroom by yourself. Let everybody at ESPN know which bathroom you're going to occupy so we can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
The thing is, like,
Are we done here? We're done? We're done with the burger.
I got one more than 3. I had one bite. I just had to do that. I'm done.
Yeah.
He has won.
Wow. Your tongue is numb right now.
The challenge has been paid off.
It has.
How does this compare, Golic? You once got your legs waxed on the air on a challenge.
Be careful.
Yeah.
It's a million times worse.
This is worse. How would you describe the way you feel right now?
Touch
Watch
your
the
eyes.
eyes. Watch the eyes.
The eyes are watering.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, he's sweating like crazy.
You know what a blowtorch? Just turn the blowtorch on and open your mouth and let the blowtorch go in.
Mike, I cannot stress enough. It feels so much worse coming out.
It does.
Like, what do you think? If you think going down was painful?
I can't.
My wife's at home going, thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
telling you.
See, the thing is, I don't think you're going to need a magazine because you can't really concentrate.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, that is so hot.
Yeah.
It is so hot. And let me tell you, my stomach, hun, is churning.
Yeah.
Gonna melt some
Gonna be
porcelain.
churning for a while.
Oh, geez.
A little more before we go to a break here, Mike. If you could just, as descriptive as you can be about the way you feel right now in the mouth and wherever it is.
My mouth has never been so hot. My lips, and there's nothing you do about the lips. The inside of my lips are on fire. My tongue I've stopped feeling. And then from my cheeks to the back of my tongue to right here in my throat is horrific. My stomach is volcanic acid right now. This is going to be bad.
Okay. Really and work tomorrow.
I will say, we got Mike Jr. I will say, how about a round of applause from everybody in the room?
Good sport, man. Wake up the echoes, all right?
This guy.
Pay off the bet, all right?
Oh, did you?
Wash your hands.
We pay our debts. Wash the hands. We will take a short break. We'll come back and begin to check in on the aftermath. Golic has paid the Pepper Piper, and we shall return in a moment on Mike and Mike. We are back, and we are heavily into the aftermath. We have Mike Golic Jr. on our set. Cassidy is up here as well. Golic, how do you feel? Golic has a piece of white bread stuck in his mouth. How do you feel?
I see where it's going.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Not
for
going
him.
anywhere good. The dipping, I probably got a little carried away.
It really escalated.
You got carried away
quickly.
from the start. When you decided before all that to dip your finger in and taste the hell sauce,
Oh yeah.
that was when I knew that you had made such a calculated error.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's just dumb machoism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like JJ wanting to play with his bad back.
Right.
I just went out there and wanted to play. I needed to best what Michael and Jamel did there. Well, Michael was easy to beat. He only had 1.5.
Oh, that's
I'm in
pause
trouble.
right there.
Yeah, this is not going to be good.
Does it
really
still hurt
sad.
now? Like, where does it hurt? Orally?
My mouth burns. It is now in my stomach. When Michael said I'm going to pay for it later, the flame is real. My mouth, because of the Pepto-Bismol and the milk and the milkshake and the bread, it's starting to calm down in my mouth. Oh God!
For those just watching
What's
on.
going down from the throat down to the stomach now is not good.
I just love seeing all the genuine
I'm
concern on
really
Cassidy's
concerned.
face mirrored with me, who I can't get enough of this.
I'm so
I am going to be
concerned.
locked in on this for the rest of the day.
Those not watching on television, I don't think it does it justice. Like his face is almost like it's like melting off because
He's on fire.
He's on
It's the
fire.
face of a broken man.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's
He's a broken-
A broken man.
you know what? I've resigned myself to the inevitable of what is going to go on later.
Yeah.
It's not good. I'm not good right now.
I'm scared
All right,
for
we're
your
going to
mom.
pause 10 seconds and
Very
continue. Hopefully, Golic will make it that long on Mike and Mike. Mike and Mike, and a word from ZipRecruiter. Are you hiring? Do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? To find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites, and now you can with ZipRecruiter.com. You can post to 100 or more job sites and social networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 1 million businesses. And right now, listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/Mike. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Mike. Once more, for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/Mike. Back here on ESPN Radio and ESPN2, Mike Golic Jr. is at our set. Cassidy is at our set. Golic is sort of chewing on a piece of white bread. How do you feel?
Not good.
Not good.
It's moved, down the throat now and in the stomach. My mouth's coming back because of the bread and the milk, the Pepto-Bismol. There's been enough here.
Yeah.
Adam Richman gave some good advice about that. He also gave good advice about what's going to go on later. It's going to happen. I feel miserable. My stomach feels it's like I've resigned myself to I'm going to feel like garbage the rest of the day. And I appreciate Cassidy, who is showing genuine concern, and I loathe my son Mike, even though it's his 27th birthday. He is going to, just walk up to me during the day and push on my belly. I mean, that's what he's going to do.
Oh, yeah, because listen, I know if the shoe was on the other foot, the hell that you would put me through would be unimaginable. So now I'm going to take my chance while I can right now. Because I know it's going to come back around on me eventually. Like, I've only got so much time before I screw up and I'm in a situation like this. And I know you're going to relish it. So I'm going to take my chance too now.
That's true. That's true. He'll start doing this stupid stuff.
Can I say that they brought up, we have dressed the set here on ESPN2, and they brought the burgers and the hell sauce up here, and the jar is open. It's not that far from me. It stinks. The stench. Just smelling it, my eyes are starting to water.
I'm going to say dipping the burger was probably not the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Well, really got out of hand.
It did.
Here's the thing, Mike.
Stings the nostrils.
But who was it that didn't see that coming? Who was it that thought,
Twice, not
here's
once.
a good idea, let's dip it.
But here again, Michael and Jamel said they did this. Michael had 1.5, so I knew I was going to beat that. Jamel had 3. I had to beat that. And I knew I was only going to go a little bit past 3, so I was going to beat her by a little bit. So I needed an emphasis. I needed an exclamation point.
Your signature.
And that's why I dipped it into the sauce. And I'm going to pay big for that. My mouth is now coming back. My tongue is so much less numb now. What's going on from my throat on down is hideous.
What people didn't see, though, was before it all happened.
Yes.
You tell them that.
This is very key. So you started this off on the worst note possible. We're standing up there before getting ready, and you just decide to crack open. They've got the jar of Hellfire sauce right there that you were dipping it into. You decided to just dip a finger in there and see how it tastes to start off with. The look of immediate regret let me know exactly how bad the rest of this was.
That was another mistake. You know what? It was sitting there. I knew that's what it was, so I just wanted to, I wanted to kind of see what I was getting myself into.
Right.
And immediately, you're right, Mike, immediately when I put that in my mouth, it was, I thought this is going to be game over because I knew I had to eat more than 3, and I knew I had to put my signature on it, so I knew after the first one I was going to dip. I knew I had to have a wow moment, and that was it.
Now, how does this compare to when you did the challenge or any other challenge where you eat an enormous volume of food, like just too much food for one sitting, that gives you a certain kind of stomachal discomfort? How does this compare to that?
Well, this is more painful discomfort. This is like heat. Like there's full, and I've been full a bunch in my life, whether it's, alcohol or food,
Oh, yeah, we've all been there.
Well, we've been there. Mike knows what I'm
We all know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we've been full. But this brings on a little different because it feels like whatever is in my stomach now is like melting, like in my stomach.
How are you feeling about those cheese doodles you ate earlier now?
Yes.
The cheese doodles have been disintegrated. That doesn't matter about them anymore. Right now, I'm starting to burp up a little bit, so it's probably not going to be good where this goes.
Is this way worse than the butt photo?
Oh, the butt photo, I got oiled up.
I think it was worse for us.
The butt photo
This
was
is
worse
bad
for
for
me,
you.
who
Mike,
had to take the picture. That's why I take so much sick pleasure in what's going on here now, because this is all on him.
That's true.
Him and the...
For those who are not aware, when Golic took the infamous butt photo, might I add, also because Notre Dame lost a football game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Golic had to we reenacted the Kim Kardashian butt photo. He got oiled down, and they took the photo, and it was his son, Mike, who you had to sit there and watch your mother oil down your father and then take a photo of your father's nude tuchus.
And by the way, I was naked.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a game. this has been a lot of therapy that's still going on since then. So from cracking the camera lens now to cracking the porcelain later today, I feel much better about this one.
Mike and Mike, and may I add here, the Sports Center is brought to you by GNC.
Yep, okay.
Are you starting to get hungry?
You're welcome, GNC.
Then head to GNC for the buy 3, get 1 free protein bar sale. It's going on right now. That's right. You can buy 3, eat 3, and get 1 free. It's why every lineup card starts with GNC. We might want to put them down for a make good. Anyway, the point of
Why leave anything to the imagination?
we'll do that one again tomorrow, GNC. Thank you. Here's so Mike, how are we going to leave this now? What plans do you have for the rest of your day?
You know, I'm going to go home. There's a good chance I'm going to throw up. And quite honestly, I think it would probably be good for me. The only bad part is the fire that will come back up.
Yep.
It's not. I'm not going to lie. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this thing and make it sound pretty. Everybody who said I'm going to pay the price later is right.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of if I happen to throw up before that.
Is it? How would you compare it to what your expectation was?
I didn't expect. I expected the fire to be more in my mouth and throat. I didn't expect. I mean, it is like literally on fire in my
It's all
stomach.
about your stomach right now. Your mouth is good.
The pain has migrated south.
It has, but I'm stunned at that feeling in there. I thought it would just be kind of food in my stomach.
You have
and
an alien in your
my
stomach.
inside chemicals would take care of everything else. But no.
Let me ask one question of the room. We have a lot of people in this room who are witnessing this. There are still a whole bunch of sliders. Does anyone want to take a bite? Is there anyone in the room who will take a bite?
I will.
No, you won't.
Seriously?
No.
No,
Oh, I was
don't
about
do it.
to
I'm not
say.
even going to let you.
No.
Is there anyone in the room who wants to take one bite of one of
Mike,
these
go
sliders?
on.
Anybody?
Go on,
I'm
Mike.
not making anyone do it. No,
Go on, Mike.
No. I'm not forcing it. Bickler, you want to do it? Go ahead. Come on. Travis Bickle is coming up here.
Pebbles, get up here.
Go ahead. Have a bite. He's going to have a bite. We have a ton of these in here.
It's such a poor decision.
This is one of the newest. Okay, Mike Golic Jr. and Travis Bickler are taking bites. Let's observe this.
Why don't you dip it in the sauce?
No, don't dip anything. My goodness, we only have one nurse.
I feel where this is going.
Oh, no.
How is that?
It ain't a good place.
Oh, no. I was actually contemplating
Travis,
it.
how hot is it?
You can feel where it's going, right?
He's speechless.
We done messed up now.
We've left him speechless.
You're going to learn today.
Oh, yeah, we're going to learn.
Okay, and yet, let me just quickly say happy birthday, Mike Golic Jr. from all of us.
You're welcome.
The birthday just got a lot sadder.
All right, very good. Everybody, thank you for being with us for this. Nurse Mello, thank you in particular. You now can come and tend to your patient. One and all, thanks. We'll see you back in better than ever tomorrow. We hope.
Goodbye.
All right, since last we were together, Golic is hanging in there. Mike Golic Jr. ate an entire burger. Travis from our staff ate the whole thing and seemed to like it. So it's insanity up here.
Yeah.
And we're expecting the worst. Meanwhile, let's go over to see what's coming up this morning on First Take, which will be comparatively sane. Molly, what do you have today?
Hi, guys. I don't know how we're going to top your show. First of all, I want to say happy birthday to Mike Golic Jr. and other Mike Golic. How are you feeling right now?
How are you feeling?
Horrible.
The
It's
other
gonna be
Mike Golic already. You see that? It's the
Sorry,
other
sorry,
Mike
Oh,
Golic.
yeah.
Pushing him out already, Max.
How's
Not
the
bad.
mouth? Mouth still on fire?
On fire. It is going to be a bad, bad day for the missus.
I'm glad the nurse was there for you, ESPN The Nurse. That was tremendous. And also, I want to say, you guys, that Anchorman spoof, hysterical. It is so good. If people haven't seen it, definitely check that out. That was so much fun. But meanwhile, over here, a couple things we're getting into today from Studio E. Good morning, guys. Stephen A., Max here in studio. You know I love that. What could a back injury mean? I don't mean to smile for that. For J.J. Watt and the Texans moving forward, we'll react to that. Plus, how many prime years does LeBron James have left in the NBA? He was reflecting on this subject with a lot of the future Hall of Famers retiring. And will we ever see a fight between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather? This man might have some, actually both of you might have some inside info on that subject. First Take in less than 2 minutes. Gentlemen, have a good day. Golic, go get some rest there. Good luck.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's not what he's going to go do. Molly, thank you very much. Golic, give us a final word.
It's going wrong. It's going wrong right now. I mean, the mouth feels a lot better, but the stomach's in a bad, bad way.
Junior, how about you?
A lot more sympathy for you now.
See that?
I got a taste of what's
Look at
coming,
Bickle
too.
over there. He's like in a good mood.
Yeah.
I think he's a psychopath.
You know what? Neither one of these guys dipped, though. Neither one dipped
Because
in
we're
the
not
sauce.
as dumb as you.
No, that was one of
True.
the 5 dumbest things I've ever seen a person do in my entire
point.
life. All right. Be well, everybody, because he won't.
I won't see
you
you tomorrow.
tomorrow. First Take starts now.